In today's session, we're going to talk about fad diets, and this is presented by YSU dietetic interns Casey Breese, Mia Botkins, Stephanie Goterba, and Mikayla Kaiser. So an introduction to fad diets. Fad diets are eating plans that gain popularity that usually claim easy or rapid weight loss. So these fad diets can have conflicting claims, testimonials, and hype from these so-called experts. Some tips for how to spot a fad diet. Fad diets typically have the following qualities. Number one being rapid weight loss. Most fad diets claim an easy way to lose weight quickly, and realistically, you can safely lose around a half to 1 pound per week. But rapid weight loss can reflect water loss or maybe even muscle loss. And the quicker that you lose weight, the more likely you are to regain the weight you lost. There are no foods or supplements that magically burn fat, and neither is there any superfoods that will cause you to miraculously burn fat. And next, there are always quantities or limitations in the foods that you're allowed to eat. So diets that strictly eliminate or restrict entire food groups or macronutrients. So for example, they may restrict dairy or gluten, and then macronutrients that may restrict carbs or fats. And this can cause boredom with eating and make the diet more unsustainable. So the more unsustainable the diet plan, the more likely you are to cheat more often and gain back any weight you lost once you resume a normal eating pattern. And restriction of entire food groups can cause serious vitamin and mineral deficiencies. And next, diets claiming specific food combinations as superior to others. And there is no evidence to suggest that combining certain foods or eating foods at a specific time of the day will help with weight loss. Conversely, eating the wrong combination of foods doesn't cause immediate weight gain or toxins to be produced in the body. A good rule of thumb to think about starting a diet plan is to ask yourself, can I see myself eating this way for the rest of my life? Because you want to lose weight in a way that you can see you sticking to.
Let's talk about the ketogenic diet. What is the ketogenic diet and how does it work? The keto diet is a high-fat, moderate-protein, low-carbohydrate eating pattern. With the goal of keeping carbs below 50 grams per day, keto dieters often consume no breads, grains, or cereals. Even fruits and veggies are limited because they also contain carbs. The keto diet requires making a big shift in normal eating patterns. So, why does the keto diet restrict carbs? Well, carbs are the main energy source for our bodies. Without enough carbs for energy, the body breaks down fat into ketones. The ketones then become the primary source of fuel for the body. The keto diet is a partial fast, which causes the body to break down lean muscle mass for fuel. Is the keto diet safe? This diet was originally created for epileptic children in order to reduce the recurrence of their seizures, not to help them lose weight. It is not recommended for individuals with pancreatic disease, liver conditions, thyroid problems, eating disorders or history of eating disorders, gallbladder disease, or those who have had their gallbladders removed.
Next, we're going to talk about the gluten-free diet. The purpose of a gluten-free diet is to help manage the signs and symptoms of conditions such as celiac disease, non-celiac gluten sensitivity, gluten ataxia, and wheat allergies. Foods restricted from a gluten-free diet include wheat, barley, rye, triticale, which is a cross between wheat and rye, and oats. Although pure oats do not contain gluten, cross-contamination with gluten is common as a result of being processed in the same facilities as gluten-containing products. Foods allowed in a gluten-free diet include fruits and vegetables, beans, seeds, legumes, and nuts in their natural unprocessed forms, eggs, lean non-processed meats, fish and poultry, and most low-fat dairy products. Grains, starches, and flours that are included in a gluten-free diet include amaranth, arrowroot, buckwheat, corn, flax, gluten-free flours including rice, soy, corn, potato, and bean, hominy, which is corn maize, millet, quinoa, white, brown, and wild rice, sorghum, soy, tapioca, and teff. Risks of following a gluten-free diet for those without celiac disease, non-celiac gluten sensitivity, gluten ataxia, or a wheat allergy include increased risk of constipation due to a lack of consumption of fiber, increased dietary exposure to arsenic, higher hydrogenated and saturated fat content of meals, risk of calcium, iron, magnesium, zinc, vitamin B12, folate, and vitamin D deficiencies.
Now that we covered some fad diets, I will talk about the general healthy guidelines people should follow. Aspects of a healthy eating pattern include vegetables, fruits, dairy, grains, protein, and oils. These food groups are included on the USDA's MyPlate. This allows for a more sustainable eating pattern with balance and variety. Benefits of the food groups. Each food group plays a specific role in an individual's diet. Fruits and vegetables are a source of dietary fiber. They supply vitamins, minerals, and plant chemicals, examples being vitamin A, C, E, magnesium, zinc, phosphorus, and folic acid. These play roles in biological processes within the body. A diet high in fruits and vegetables has protective characteristics against cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. Grains. In addition to providing the body with energy in the form of carbs, whole grains contain fiber. High fiber foods give the consumer a satisfied feeling, helping to prevent overeating. Grains also contain iron, magnesium, and selenium. B vitamins in grains help the body release energy from protein, fats, and carbohydrates. Other nutrients that are in grains naturally occur in plants and are being studied for their ability to protect against diseases. Dairy. Dairy contains calcium, vitamin D, protein, potassium, magnesium, vitamin A, vitamin B12, riboflavin, and more. It is an excellent source for bone health due to its high protein, vitamin D, and calcium content. The calcium in milk is easily absorbed and used in the body, meaning that it is bioavailable. Cultured dairy, such as yogurt, contain probiotics. Probiotics enhance the beneficial bacteria in the intestine and reduce the risk of certain diseases. Proteins. Proteins play a role in the immune system. Proteins are used in the body to make up enzymes, antibodies, parts of muscle tissue, structural tissues such as collagen and elastin, hormones, and transport molecules. Fats and oils. Fats provide more calories per gram as compared to the other macronutrients, making it the most energy dense. Fats are used in the body to protect organs and keep you warm. They are used in the synthesis of some hormones, and they also aid in cell growth. These specifics. You might be asking yourself, how much of each food group should adults consume? For fruits, adult women should consume 1 1/2 cup, while adult men could consume 2 cups. For vegetables, women can consume 2 to 2 1/2 cups, while adult males can consume 2 1/2 to 3 cups. For grains, adult women can consume 5 to 6 ounces, while men can consume 6 to 8 ounces. With dairy, both men and women should consume 3 cups or an equivalent per day. For protein, adult women can consume 5 to 5 1/2 ounces, while adult men can consume 5 1/2 to 6 1/2 ounces. And then oil and saturated fats vary, and there are no specified quantities for that. Now that we've talked about what should be included in the diet, let's see what should be limited. Saturated fats should be limited to less than 10% of calories per day. Trans fats should be avoided when at all possible. Added sugars should be limited to less than 10% of calories per day as well. Sodium should be limited to less than 2,300 milligrams per day. Alcohol should be limited to 1 serving per day for women or 2 servings per day for men. and a serving of alcohol is listed below. It could be a 12 ounce of a standard beer or 5% alcohol by volume, 5 ounce of a wine, which is 12% of alcohol by volume, or a 1.5 ounce serving of distilled spirits. Why should I limit these? With continual consumption, these can have negative impacts on your health. Here is what each of these components will do to your body after extended periods of time. Saturated fats and trans fats. Saturated fats raise your total cholesterol and your LDL or bad cholesterol levels. Trans fats. Manufacturers create most trans fats when hydrogen is added to vegetable oil. This process keeps the oil solid at room temperature and extends its shelf life. Trans fats are in commercial baked goods, fried foods, and margarine, just to name a few. Trans fats raise LDL levels, but also reduce HDL levels or the good cholesterol. This makes them even more of a risk for heart disease than saturated fats. Sodium and added sugars. Sodium, or salt, can lead to hypertension, or what is referred to as the silent killer. Hypertension makes a cardiovascular accident more likely to occur. Sometimes high blood pressure can go undetected, but the impacts are still dangerous. Salt can also leach the calcium from the bones, depleting their strength. Added sugars. Added sugars only provide your body with energy or calories. There are better sources that have added benefits or nutrients. Added sugars make it easier for people to go over their needed calorie amount. Try to stay away from processed foods with sugar as the first or second ingredient. Choose natural sugars or complex carbs as a more nutritious way to obtain energy. In conclusion, follow a healthy eating pattern throughout your lifespan to decrease the risk of chronic diseases. Nutrient-dense food will provide the nutrients you need, but will help you stay below your calorie allotment for your specific lifestyle. An assortment of different foods from each category will give your diet excitement and allow you to reap all the benefits natural foods have to offer.